Hey guys, good evening everyone. It's technically November 5th, 2020, but I'm recording this video for our November 4 performance. So if this is your first time to watch our video, I am Miss JD and I do review stock market. I do review stocks in the Philippine market and I base that on your request and, of course, the most trending stocks at any given day. So, if this is your first time to watch your video, I'm inviting you to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you're always updated whenever I have new videos. And feel free to drop a comment and suggest the next stock you'd like me to review. Like these folks over here, I'd like to give a special shout out to some of our viewers who took the time in recognizing our efforts and of course for dropping the requests. So Raul, thank you. Yes, I'm going to review CHP, AGI, and PHR for you. Okay, let me just put that down over here. Joel also said nice, thank you. Chest vault. Thanks much, Miss JD. Please include Mag, GTCAP, Hlcm. Got that. Okay. And yeah, I think, let me check. Have I covered IDC? Let's cover this as well. IDC from PD Avicii. Okay, let me cover that for you as well. And all right, so I think I already have your requests, guys. At the same time, I already have our stocks sorted out. We'll go through from the highly traded stocks and we'll work our way downwards. Alrighty. But first of all, let's check out what happened to our index. So, our index really had a good performance, a good bounce. Today, look at that. When it dipped, it respected our MA20 line, which did not technically touch the line, but very close to where it was. And that, if I can remember it right, I also cited this in my previous discussion that wick that we saw last October 30th was actually already a sign that we are about to bounce because there was a rejection that happened as we got near the MA20 line. And so it happened, and then right now it continued to move up. At the same time, I also would like to remind everyone that we are approaching very near a resistance area. Look at this. This is also a possible resistance. It could be a little higher or a little lower, considering that right over here is also another area that will confirm this being a resistance level. Okay. We'll see though. I think between that dropping and between that breaking the resistance, I'd go for that movement whereby it will break our resistance. Because right here, so this was your bottom, right? And then it moved higher. And then when it dropped with a higher low this time, which is one key element of an uptrend. So chances are it could either respect this or it could create a higher high this time, which is of course a validation that we are indeed moving higher this time. Okay, so how will it look like? How does it look like now in the stocks that are included in the index? We'll see. Okay. In the meantime, I'd like to first prioritize one, the most trending today. Okay. So this is our DITO stock, the highly traded stock for today. And look at that. This is the third day in a row wherein you had some selling pressure that happened. And I'd say I will not be surprised because we've been consolidating in this level. And also, I mentioned this previously that with this area being a resistance, the chances of it dropping are really high. People will be taking profit. And it was confirmed yesterday. And now we're just sitting at the MA20 line. But one thing I don't like about the formation is that this MA20 line over here is like about to face downwards, so chances are it could. And here as well, um, there was a slight bounce that happened respecting the MA20, but I just feel like this level over here could also be challenged. So I will not be surprised if there will be some more dips that will happen. But for those people who are in it for long-term investing, I'd say with what is in store ahead of us, I think this is just a normal behavior of a stock. People are taking profit because they've already entered at a very cheap level, and so when it drops, what you can do is probably re-enter. If uh, not re-enter, or probably add some more volume to increase your size, or your portfolio size. I mean, so you can add more. However, if you're trading it, okay, what you can do is that if you are already profitable, what you can do is probably partially lock in some profit, and then use the buying power that you have and re-enter at a much lower level when you see a validation that indeed that key area is now an area where it will bounce. So at the moment, the nearest support that I can see is around 5.93. I just feel like with how the market is behaving at the moment, there will be some more profit taking. So I think 5.93 level is already a strong support at this point. I don't really mind if it will consolidate first within that range. I think we're still at a healthy level at this point. Volume wise, there's still volume, but this red volume here means that the selling volume is more dominant compared to the buying volume. So we'll see. We'll observe what happens around 5.93 at this point. Okay. Next would be JFC. JFC had a solid 6.02% increase in our performance today, with a significant amount for foreign buying. So I tried to enter today. I just placed my order, but it didn't revisit it. I knew that it was really going to shoot up. I wanted to enter at 180 when it was around 181, but it didn't revisit the price I wanted. So too bad. Either way, we have a position here, and hopefully it'll continue. Given that the what we had today is a really solid increase in the price. So in case there will be some fluctuation by tomorrow, I'd still hold on to that key level, 180 for my entry price, because I think some traders will already be taking profit, and fluctuation can happen. But one thing that is also a possibility is that this is a solid green, no wick, no anything. That means the chances of it really pushing the price higher is so high, to a point that a gap up can even happen at this point. Okay, so look at this. Here's an example of what I was mentioning. So see this? This is a solid green. It ended at its highest point when the market closed. And see what happens next. It continues the direction going up here as well. So when you end the price with this, you see that it continues to move higher when you have some solid green movements. This one too, see that? When it had that green, Nice move over here. It continued to rally. So I just feel that it will also do the same because this stock had a tendency to do that. So when you have a solid move to the upside, then there is a continuation. But really, I'm just hoping that there will be fluctuations by tomorrow, and hopefully it can go back to the 180. Otherwise, we'll see. I'll find my entry again. So this is JFC. 180 will still be my support at this point because that was your previous resistance and now it can become your support. Alrighty, let's add our, let me just add that here first. Okay, let's go check out CHP. CHP over here also had some nice bounce with a nice volume over here. So yeah, I just feel like there will be a continuation as well in the uptrend of this stock. Actually, this you're already somehow halfway, but look at the long-term potential of this stock. You still have a lot of room for growth. And let's just try to see the health or the financial part or the health condition of their finances. Okay, so not looking good though for their Q2 earnings. I haven't seen the report for their Q3 earnings, so that's another thing to watch out for. Nice 2019 Q1 earnings. This one, okay, so you had a decline by 92.76%. Okay, but just observe the technicals because these are concrete facts that you can consider when you trade. So maybe what you can do here is since we are sitting right at possible resistance in the short term, but I like the fact that you came from a constricted Bollinger Band and it's starting to open up. So what you can probably do here is wait for it to break out of this short-term resistance, and that's the time you enter. Because there's also a possibility that if people will take profit tomorrow, it could go back to the 1.62 area, which is your MA20 level, a possible support area. So those are the key levels that you can closely monitor. If it drops, 162 is the support. Then if it breaks, enter higher than 170 level. Okay, so that's CHP. AGI. AGI, nice setup as well. This is a bounce. It's a confirmed bounce. And we're just right at the MA20 level. I don't know how much did it increase. Wow, 5.41. Maybe you can haggle between 769 to 818. That should be a promising area to already enter. So it's not that much yet in terms of that bounce. You can, this is already a good area to start entering again. Okay, in fact, for those people who are position traders, they must have seen this already. But still, so those fluctuations that we have here are healthy dips. At least when it drops, it doesn't really drop so much. And it is still respecting our MA20 line, so I like that. 769 is our support at this point. PHR. What is PHR? Oh, PH Resorts. Okay, so what's the story here? It's 74,000 on foreign buying. What's the news around this? Voluntary trading suspension. October. Oh, no movement yet. The last time we had here. I think this is. I forgot the story of this. I know there's a news on this previously. Let me check out what they're. Sometimes if you you don't know what's happening on a particular stock, just go here and check out what the others are saying about it. But don't rely on this as your main source of, as in main source of information. Like, uh, base your moves according to what they say here, because sometimes they hype. I got 9,000 shares, 168 worth. Hintayin ko yung 00 bago mag-press ng button. What's this? Oh, this one, nakakuha sa FOO. I forgot the meaning of FOO. Sa pagkakalam ko, sa FOO is simply saying on sale, meaning binabarat ng company, hawak nilang shares to public para makalikom ng pera either for expansion. Okay. Yeah. So, interesting, but we'll see. I can probably skip that. I've got nothing much to say about this, but definitely if I'm just looking at the chart, there's a big possibility that, coming from a bounce at the MA20 line, if it goes live again, chances are it could potentially move higher. But my take is enter as near as you can at the MA20 line. So that's just it. But an interesting stock to check out when it resumes. I don't know when it is going to resume though. Meg, let's go ahead and check out Meg. Oh, another good one over here. Meg is a bounce. So MA20 is the area that it respected. So far it respected the MA20 line. 3 peso level is our support. So anywhere between that and 311 would be a good area to check out. Still, overall, we are within the sideways movement of this stock, and it is just accumulating that momentum. I like the fact that we are already higher than the 50 level in our RSI. Therefore, momentum is already present. There is momentum, and foreign buying is already happening. So probably this is a good stock to really closely monitor in the coming days. This is just I don't know something good is really probably about to happen here. Share buyback transactions. When a stock has a share buyback, that means the company feels that the price of their stock is so cheap that they're removing the available stocks for the public to acquire or purchase, right? So when there's less supply for the public to have, then the price will potentially go higher. So love supply and demand. Price per share 3.03. Nice. So this is a good story. So I'm anticipating more push in the price in the coming days. So if you can enter anywhere from 3 to 311, that would be a good entry price. Next one is GTCAP. GTCAP is also a bounce on its third day. The volume has also increased. Look at that, started to pick up. So I just feel like although we're already in a resistance level, with the increase in the volume, there's a big possibility that it could still push the price higher. Now, what you can do, and you can use probably as your rule, if we go higher than 450, if the price starts around that and it pushes it higher, then that's the time you can enter, because that is a breakout play. Some people would like to seek a confirmation wherein they want to see a candlestick outside of the resistance as a form of validation that indeed we have a breakout play. So you can probably do that. Otherwise, for some, they don't mind as long as it starts 450 and then it pushes higher in between within the day. They can enter right away. Some would do it latter part of the day, probably last hour. At least they have a full picture of how the price is going to end. Okay. Now, in the event there will be profit taking that will happen, the nearer you are to the MA20 line, the better. In fact, if it's a little higher, that's fine, because this is already in an ascending. You see that? The support is already moving higher as we progress. So it's like an ascending support. Next one is HLCM. HLCM still flatline, not much of a story here. This is your support, so I just feel like the chances of it going down are still a bit high. You can use this key level as your possible support. Very near though. Yeah, so I just feel like it will first go sideways before it moves higher. We're still within the sideways level. 566 is the nearest support I'm looking at, and let's see if it'll respect that line. It's also very near MA20. All right, then let's take a look at BDO. BDO did a gap up, right? But I like how it did its formation today. It had a gap up, but immediately it tried to fill that gap. So at least, the movement is more fluid wherever it wanted to go. I think the next possible move here is it is going to move higher and higher with MA20 as our support at this point. Yes, I'd like to use the MA20 line as our support. Considering how it ended today, it is respecting that key level, 90 peso area. Okay, so let's see. If you are a long-term investor for this stock, the setup right now is very attractive if you come to think of it. And we're just sitting at the 50 level, so that's another good thing. Momentum is already halfway there, and it's not yet overbought, so there could still be some more movement going up. Look at that. It's been on sideways for a long time. Let's take a look at IDC. IDC is also moving higher and higher. Interesting. But just be extra careful, because this is your resistance. We're very near that resistance. And as we reach the same level, your RSI is on a decline. Look at that. So if you're already profitable, maybe consider locking in some profit. The volume, as you go higher and higher, look at that, it's also declining. Although I see a foreign buying here, but we will see. Probably these are long-term investors. Who knows? But what you can probably do in the event it breaks that resistance, because it can also happen, right? If it breaks that, probably wait for it to break the 293 level before you start entering, because at this point I'm 50-50, given that in the short term, if you are trading this, we are already at a resistance level. Okay, if it drops, the next key area to watch out for is the 266. That is your support level, or 264. Okay, let's check out C. C. I mentioned this yesterday. The the fact that we're moving lower than the MA20 line, this could trigger some more dips in the coming days. Yeah. Let's see though if it'll stabilize around the 5 peso level. I think this was also the key area I mentioned yesterday. 5 peso. Let's see. But just stay on the sidelines for now unless we see a green candlestick coming out wherever it drops. That's the time we can probably say that okay, that could be a possible bounce. But I see some more profit taking in the coming days. Could even drop up to this level, 485, because of this. I saw this 485. Yeah. So that's one thing to watch out for. Mary Mart had a good run today. Ooh, we're already at the overbought. Look at that. Overbought level. Also the resistance, so just be extra careful. But we'll see if it breaks that. Let's say it starts higher than 380, then you have a breakout play. In the meantime, just in case you want to be at a conservative side, you can wait for it to dip or retrace, and probably 338 could be a good area to check out for a possible bounce. But two things can really happen because we're near that resistance. Okay. But between this moving higher or dropping, I think there's a big chance that it'll dip first and go back to the previous support or resistance and establish and revisit that first before it goes up again. And the last, I still have some shares here. I'm really enjoying this scene that I'm looking at. We had a solid 10.7% increase in today's performance, and so actually that's a breakout from this key level over here, 0.42. And if you want to enter or you want to add more volume, I think this is still an okay level if you're looking at it in the long term. I know we're just waiting for some announcement or disclosure, because I know this company will soon become a holdings company. And of course, one of the products they have is into the renewable energy, and we all know that the government is endorsing and endorsing for us to divert our focus into renewable energy. So that's very promising for this company. Two things that could happen, but I think some people would like to really be very bullish in their next moves if they see facts. So I'm anticipating that if those things come out, there could be more movements going up, and we're just starting to move higher. Well, technically, we're already halfway there. The goal is we'll beat this key level. At one point back in 2018, it even reached this area. Because I remember PTNT, if I'm not mistaken. This was also the time when we had the third telco, the telco series, because I think PTNT was there was some hearsay or news that PTNT will do a backdoor in this stock. That's why it was moving higher. But it declined after Dito won the third telco. Anyway, at least this one has another promising story ahead of us that everyone is looking forward to. Look at that. There's 5.4 million on foreign buying, so that could be something, right? So 0.42, if in case you want to add more volume, check out 0.42 level. In the meantime, I think that is it for tonight, and I wish you guys good luck in your trades tomorrow. And if you like the discussion today, feel free to hit the like, and don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell so you're always updated. In the meantime, this is Miss JD. Good night, everyone. Bye bye.